Today we are going to study some numericals based on the topic which I taught you in previous lecture class. In previous class day, I had taught you a very VVI concept. That concept was that if there are n similar drops, each of capacity C are combines into a big drops, then what is the capacitance of big drops? And there are 2, 3, 4 questions are told by us in previous class day. Today we are going to done some numericals on that concept from M Karims. So turn over your M Karim and turn over the page 408 and 409. So from M Karim, we are going to done some numericals. We are going to solve some numericals. So let us start. This is book. This is M Karim book. And in M Karim, today we have to done some numericals. And that numericals related to electrical capacitance and sharing of the charges. So let us do the first numerical. The first numerical is that this is question number first. Calculate or find the capacity of a metal a sphere of radius 1 meter in air. This is the question. In this question we have to find down the capacitance of the metal. Let us find the capacity of a metal a sphere of radius 1 meter in air. The question is saying that I have a metallic sphere which has 1 meter radius and it is kept in the air. Suppose to this medium is air, here one metallic sphere is kept. Now we have to find the capacity of that metallic sphere. So firstly we take a metallic sphere. It has radius r. So radius is given already, r is equal to 1 meter. Okay. Now we have to find the capacitance of this metallic sphere. We have to find C, capacitance. So we have already derived it in lecture number 22 that the capacitance of any sphere in air is that 4 pi epsilon naught into radius of that sphere. Okay. What is the value of 4 pi epsilon naught? I told you in previous class the value of 4 pi epsilon naught 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power minus 9. Okay, and the radius is 1. So the total value will be 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power minus 9. This is capacitance. So the SI unit of capacitance is farad. So this will be farad. This is your answer. So the answer will be 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power 9 farad. Okay. Now the next question. The next question is that calculate the capacity of a sphere of radius 1 centimeter in air. Now this is question number 2, and the question number 2 is the similar to question number 1, that find the capacity of metallic sphere of radius. Now the radius is not 1 meter. Now the radius is given 1 centimeter, and the metallic sphere is kept in the air this time also. So now we have to only change the radius of this metallic sphere in this derivation. So this time the radius will be 1 centimeter. Now firstly we have to convert this 1 centimeter into meter. So let us convert it. It will be 0.1 meter after dividing 100. Okay. Now the radius is 0.1 meter. Here put the radius is 0.1 meter. Now multiply this 0.1. So answer will be here. The answer will be 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power. 10 to the power here, there will be 1 0. 10 to the power minus 10 farad. Okay. Is the derivation is correct? Ten to 1 upon 9 into 10 to the power minus 11 should be answer. Sorry, here should be 0.01 meter. Because this is centimeter, if we divided this one by 100, we will get this much 0.01 meter. So here will be 0.01 meter, and if we remove out this point, the power will be minus 11, 9 to 11. This is your answer. Okay, this was question number 2. Now the question number 3. The question number 3 is already taught by us in previous class dated. The question number 3 is the assuming Earth to be a sphere of radius 64 kilometer. Calculate its capacity in air. The question is saying that find the capacities of the Earth. Assuming the radius of the Earth is 64 kilometer. It is already taught you in previous lecture when I taught you capacitance. Okay, so we have not deal question number 3. Now we have to deal question number 4. Question number 4, and the question number 4 is similar to question number 1 and 2. The question is saying that find the capacitance of metallic sphere of radius 9 meter. Now the radius is given 9 meter. This is very simple. Now we have to put down the radius here 9 meter. R is equal to 9 meter. This 9 cancel this 9. So the answer will be 10 to the power minus 9 farad. This is the answer of question number 4. Now question number 5. Okay. Question number 5. The question number 5 is other type question. Okay, now let us do for question number 5. The question number 5 is saying that the capacity of a sphere in air, the capacity of a sphere in air 4 microfarad. Okay, if it is placed in a liquid of relative permittivity 4, then what will be its capacity? Then what will be its capacity? Okay, this is the question. Let us finally understand this question. The question is saying that the capacity of a sphere is the capacity of a sphere in air 4 microfarad. That is, there is a sphere. This is a sphere. Now this sphere is kept in air this time. This medium is air medium. In air, its capacity is Ca. We denoted the capacitance with C, and here A stand. That is, this is the capacitance of a sphere in air. So the capacitance of a sphere in air is given already 4 microfarad. Okay. Next, if it is placed in a liquid. Now this sphere is placed in a liquid of relative permittivity 4. There is a liquid here now, and this metallic sphere is placed in this liquid. Okay, in this liquid, this is liquid, and the relative permittivity. This is the point, relative permittivity of this medium. We denoted relative permittivity epsilon r. The relative permittivity is 4. Then find the capacity of the sphere. Then find the capacity of a sphere in that liquid medium. Here Cl is equal to what? And relative permittivity epsilon r is equal to 4. Okay, let us understand again this question. There is a sphere which is kept in the air. In air, its capacity is 4 microfarad. When we place this sphere in a liquid of relative permittivity 4, then what will be its capacitance in that liquid? So we know that C is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon r into r. Yeah, this is clear already. Now, here this is C. What? This C will be in liquid medium. Why? Because this formula for the other medium except air. So this will be the capacitance. In this capacitance will be in liquid medium, this medium. So finally 4 pi epsilon naught into r multiplied by epsilon r. What is this? 4 pi epsilon naught r. What is this? This is the capacitance of this sphere in air. Why? Because we can write the capacitance of this sphere. Ca is equal to 4 pi epsilon naught into r. So at the place of 4 pi epsilon naught into r, we can write Ca, the capacitance in the air. Now epsilon r. So this will be Ca. Ca is given here 4 microfarad, and this is the relative permittivity of the liquid, which is given 4. So this will be 16 microfarad. So the capacitance of a sphere in liquid will be 16 microfarad. That is, the concept is clear that if in air the capacitance is Ca, if we put that sphere in any medium of relative permittivity epsilon r, then the capacitance of the sphere in that medium Cl will be 4 pi epsilon r into r, that is Ca multiplied by epsilon r, that is epsilon r times then the air. Okay, this will be answer 16 microfarad. Now the next question, question number 6. The capacitance of a, okay, let us write down the question firstly. Okay, now question number 6. The capacity of a sphere in liquid, the capacity of a sphere and liquid is 24 millifarad. 24 millifarad. Find the epsilon r, that is relative permittivity of liquid if the capacity of a sphere in air is 6 millifarad. That is the question. This question is different, little bit different. Okay, the capacity of a sphere in liquid is 24 millifarad. That is, there is a sphere which is placed in the liquid. When it is kept in the liquid, its capacity shows 24 millifarad. That is, this will be Cl. This is the capacity of a sphere in liquid medium, and this is given 24 millifarad. Okay. Find the epsilon R of the liquid. Here the question is saying that find out the relative permittivity of the liquid. That is, we have to find epsilon R. If the capacity of a sphere in air is 6 millifarad, the question is also saying that the capacity of a sphere in air, the capacity in air we denoted by Ca, and this is given as 6 millifarad. Now have to find down the value of epsilon R. Okay, we know that the capacity in liquid is 4 pi epsilon naught into epsilon R into radius of the sphere. Okay, now we have to find down the value of epsilon R. So first is Cl equal to 4 pi epsilon naught, and this is R, and this is epsilon R. Okay, Cl, the capacitance of the sphere in liquid. And what is this? This is the capacitance, the capacity of a sphere in air. So this will be Ca multiplied by epsilon R. We have to find down the value of epsilon R. So epsilon R will be here, there is a Cl upon this will be come here. So this will be come down and its value is Ca. Now we have to value of both Cl, the capacity in liquid, and Ca, the capacity in air. The capacity in liquid is given 24 millifarad, and the capacity in air is 6 millifarad. This will be 4. Okay, so relative permittivity of the liquid is 4. So always remember that if we have to find the relative permittivity of the medium, we have to divide the capacity of a sphere in liquid by the capacity of air in air. Okay, let us done. Next question. Please pose out this question, this solution. Next question number 7. I have already taught you in previous lecture number 22. Question number 27 is saying that, I'm reading this. If n similar small drops of mercury, each of capacity C, combines to a big drop, calculate the capacity of big drop. The question is saying that there are n identical similar drops, each of capacity C. Now these drops are combined to a big drop. This is a big drop. Now find the capacitance of this big drop, C big. In previous class, in question number first, I have taught you this question very expansively. Okay, very expansively about this. So here we can only write the answer for this. The capacitance of this big sphere is n to the power 1 upon 3 into C. What is this n? This n is the number of small drops, and this C is the capacity of any one small drops. So always remember that whenever n identical or similar drops are combined from a big drops, then the capacitance of big drops will always n to the power 1 upon 3 into C. Okay, next, excuse me. Sorry, थोड़ा where was I? Yeah, you have to always remember this concept, and this is already taught to you by us. It is already taught by us in previous lecture class. Okay, next question, question number 8. Yeah, question number 8 is also, it is also taught you. Okay, let us deal question number 8. The question number 8 is that 64 identical drops each of capacity C combines to form a big drops, then what will be the capacity of big drop? This is the question. Okay, this is very easier question, and this concept is already taught you in lecture number 22. Let us calculate it. There is 64 identical drops. There are 64 identical small drops, each of capacity C, combines to form a big drops. Then what will the capacitance of big drops? This time, present time, 2 minutes ago, I have taught you for this concept. Okay, let us delete the number of identical drops, n is equal to 64. Now these 64 identical similar small drops combines into a big drops. So what will be the capacitance of big drops if the capacitance of every small drops is C? So we have formula for this. C big is equal to n to the power 1 upon 3 into C, and the value of n is equal to 64 to the power 1 upon 3, and we can write this 64 in the form of 4 to the power 3 into 1 upon 3 into C. Now the power of power will be multiplied. So when we multiply this 3 to 1 upon 3, this 3 cancel this 3. So we have only left 4. This C. Answer will be 4C. Okay, this is the question number 8. Now I have to return the question number 9. Okay, the question number 9 is similar to question number 8. Now at the palace of 64 there are 27 identical drops, each of capacity 10 farad, each of capacity 10 microfarad, combines to form big drops. Then what will be the capacity of the big drop? This is a similar question. Okay, again there are 27 identical drops. The number of identical drops is 27, and the capacity of each drops C is equal to 10 microfarad. Then what will be the capacitance of big drop if we combine these identical small drops into a big drops? So I have formula for this, that n to the power 1 upon 3 into C. Now the value of n is equal to given 27 to the power 1 upon 3 into C. The capacity of each drops is given 10 microfarad. So this will be, we can write this 27 in the form of 3 to the power 3 to the power 1 upon 3 into 10 microfarad. Now this 3 cancel this 3, so I have only left 3, and 3 multiplied by 10 will get 30 microfarad. So the capacity of big drop will be 30 microfarad. Okay, this is question number 9. Now we have to deal question number 10. Okay, question number 11 we can you can solve it. Question number 10 you have to solve it. Question number 11 it is already taught to you in previous lecture 22. The question number 11 is that n identical small drops combines to form a big drop. Calculate the potential of the big drop if potential of each small drop is V. The question is saying that there are n identical similar drops. Each drops have potential V. Okay, now it is combined in the form of big drop. Then what will be the potential of big drop? The question is asking the potential of big drop when we combines these identical similar drops into a big drops. In previous class I have taught you for this concept. I taught you about this concept that the V big, the potential of big drops is equal to n to the power 2 upon 3 into V. Okay, and we proved it by expansively. Okay, so question number 11 it is already taught you in previous lecture. Now we have to deal question number 12. Question number 12 is similar. It is based on question number 11. It is the base of this on this formula n to the power 2 upon 3 into V. Okay, the question is that 27 similar drops combined, so probably what will be the 27 identical drops, each of capacity, not each of potential is 2 volt. Each of potential 2 volts combines to form a big drops. Then what will be the potential of big drop? What will be the potential of big drops? Okay, now the capacitance is not asking here, the potential is asking of big drops. So let us firstly write down the data. The value of the number of identical drops is 27 and the potential of each small drops is given V is equal to 2 volt. Now find out the potential of big drop. Okay, we have formula for this. The potential of big drop is equal to n to the power 2 upon 3 into V, and the value of n is given 27 to the power 2 upon 3 into potential is given 20. So this is, we can write this 27 in the form of 3 to the power 3 to the power 2 upon 3 into 20. Okay, now this 3 cancel this 3 and this 3, the square of this 3, the square of 3 will be 9 and 9 multiplied by 20 is equal to 18. That is 180 volt. So the potential of big drop will be 180 volt. Okay, next question. Next question number 30. Question number 30 is similar to question number 12. It is just similar like question number 12. The question is saying that 1000, the value is changed here, 1000 identical drops, each of value each of potential 4 volt. Okay, combines to form a big drops. Then find the potential of big drops. These are similar questions. We have to just only change the value and the process and the formula will be same. So just change the value here. Now the value of identical, number of identical drops is this time 1000 and the potential of each, in previous questions the potential was 2. So in previous questions the answer, so the potential was 2 in previous question number 12. The potential was 2. The answer should be 18 in previous question number 12. Okay, this is question number. This is question number 13. So the number of identical drops is 1000 and the potential of its identical small drops is 4 volt. Then what will be the potential of big drops? We have formula for this. The potential of big drops is n to the power 2 upon 3 into V. N is 1000 to the power 2 upon 3 into B is 4. How can we write 1000 in the form of we can write this 1000 in the form of 10 to the power 3 now? Yeah, 10 to the power 3. We can get 1000. So thus we can now solve like this 2 upon 3 into 4. Now this 3 cancel this 3 and the square of 10 will be 100 and 100 multiplied by 4 will be 400 volt. So if 1000 identical small drops each of potential V combines to a big drop, then the potential of a big drop will be 400 volt. Now next question. Question number 14. Question number 40 is already taught you in lecture number 22 in question number 3. Okay, the question is saying that n identical drops each having surface density sigma. There are n identical similar drops each of surface density sigma. These are combined into a big drops. What will be the surface density of big drops? The question number 14. The question number 14 asking. Okay, so sigma big is equal to what? In previous class, I have taught you the sigma big is equal to n to the power 1 upon 3 into sigma. Okay, this is question number 14 and this question is already taught you in lecture number 22 in question number 3. So we have not to deal question number 14. Now let us derive question number 15. Question number 50 is just based on this question number 14. You can solve this. So you have to solve question number 15. Now we are going to solve question number 16. Question number 16 is not based on the present concept. When we study the energy of the capacitor, half CV square Q square upon 2C, then we can solve question number 16. So the question number 16 we cannot solve this time because we did not study concept for this question. We'll study after lecture number I think in lecture number 35 or 33. Next, question number 16. Yeah, question number 16 can be solved this time. Question number 16. Question number 16. Sorry, question number 17. 64 identical drops each of, not pattern, potential, each of, each of energy, energy is given, each of energy E combines to form a big drop. Then find the energy of big drop. And lecture number 22, I have taught you about this concept that if there are an identical small drops each of energy E combines to a big drops, then the energy of big drop will be n to the power 5 upon 3 into A. Okay, you should not have any confusion. Okay, let us 64 identical drops each of energy E. The number of identical drops is 64. Each of energy is E. Then these identical small drops combines into a big drops. Then what will be the energy of big drop? The question is asking like this. Okay, the energy of big drop. So we have formula In previous class, I have taught you the energy of big drop is equal to n to the power 5 upon 3, n to e, n 64 to the power 5 upon 3 into e. 64 can be written in the form of 4 to the power 3 to the power 5 upon 3 into e. This 3 cancel this 3. So here will be power 5 on the 4 into e. We can multiply this 4 4 are 16, 4 are 64, and 64 4 are 16, and 6 4 are 24, 25 4 are 6 4 are 24, 5 are 20, 22. This will be 1024, 1024a. This will be the answer. Okay. Yeah, the answer is correct. We have to calculate it. This the power of 5 on 4. We have to get, I think, 1024. This will be the answer for this question. Now the next question, question number 18. Just this is a similar question. Question number 18 and question number 17 are similar. In question number 18, there are 27 identical drops, each of energy 2 joule. Each of energy 2 joule. Now find the energy of big drops if these identical drops combines into a big drops. So we have the value of n is equal to 27. The energy of each drop is equal to 2 joule. What will be the energy of big drop? We have formula, the energy of big drop is equal to n to the power 5 upon 3 into e. So this is n, the value of n is equal to 27 to the power 5 upon 3 into e. So this is, we can write 27 in the form of 3 to the power 3 into 5, 3 into e. This 3 cancel this 3. So I have 3 to the power 5 into e. So 3 3s are 9, 3s are 27. 3s are 81, and 81 3s are 243. Yeah. Yeah, 243, and e is equal to 2. So this will be 2 2s are 4, 8 6 joule. So the energy of big drops will be 486 joule. This is the answer for question number 18. So these are the questions which were based on the concept of identical drops having same potential, same capacitance, same surface density, same energy. So we have to done up to much in this class. That's all for the day. In next class, we have to find down the next concept for the next question. Concept in next class, we have to done the concept for question number 23, 24, 25, 26, like this. In next class, we have to study if we combined two conductors. Suppose to be I have two conductors. Now we connected this two conductor with a wire, with a conducting wire. Then what will happen after connecting with wire? So we have to see in next class that what will be the potential of the conductor, is any losses of energy, is the charges of conductor will change or not. In next class we have to study about it. For this, in this class, that's all for the day.